Welcome to the GS podcast. Today we have another special guest. You may have seen her a million times on my Instagram stories or me putting my entire face on her butt on our videos at the gym. She is very well known in the community as fitness and of course the OG at Gods of Iron. How long have you been going to Gods of Iron? Introduce
I
yourself.
7 years. I joined the month they opened.
Wow.
Yeah.
First of all, tell us who you are.
Oh, Amanda Greer.
And are you from here, Amanda?
I'm not. I'm from Ohio, but I've lived here for I think 12 years now. So
12 years. And what
yes.
do you do currently?
I work at a weight loss clinic using my nutrition degree.
When
And
did you graduate? Did you went to school here?
no, I did it online with Purdue.
Okay.
So
Now you say you've been going to the gym for 7 years. Was Gods of Iron your first? Gym?
no, no, I actually in Ohio I worked at a YMCA.
Okay.
And then when I moved to Germany, I just used like the military gym that was offered to me. And then when we first moved here, I also used the military gym that was offered to me. But it was
I
like probably my first real gym, I guess you could say.
I forget that you were a runner too. Tell
Yes,
us about
yes.
that.
Um, well, after I had my last child, I just started running like half marathons or actually really 5Ks and then worked all the way up to half marathons. I've ran the Army 10 miler a couple times in Germany. So I created my body. Well, actually, coach helped me create my body because I was straight up and down flat from being a runner. Like there was no curves.
And now she has the peach. She has the heart shape. You all, I will definitely post photos for this episode. Like she stated, she is a mom. Tell us how many kids you got.
So I have four technically. I have three biological, and then I still consider my stepson my kid. So all boys.
Oh, and Luna. Let's
And
not
Luna,
forget
yes.
beautiful
And
Luna.
my Luna, yes, I still have her too.
We are full dog moms here that
Yes.
love our pets.
So
Mine just delayed this episode because I'm potty training him. Now, now that you're a mom, are you? Well, for people that don't know you and listen to the podcast, you are a single mom,
I
correct?
am. Yep. I have been divorced now, I think 5 years.
Five
So,
years.
yes.
So how did we met? When did we met?
We met like, I think it's been a little over a year, like a year and a couple of months
I
at
think
the
it was
gym.
way over that because the gym turned a year. 2 years had to
So
be
maybe
when.
it's two. Yeah, it is 2 years because I came to your birthday party and then so yeah, it's been about 2 years, almost 2 years.
It was
Like
two.
probably 2 years, like right around this month.
Right. I think I quit Max right around April when I got my pass to go check out Gods,
Yep.
and I was going in the afternoon. And you, how long have you been at 5 a.m. or at Gods?
Um, I want to say like probably ever since COVID. I used to go at night when I had worked in the office before that, and then after COVID, I just became a morning person. It was too packed at night for me.
It's dangerous in our gym, and in the afternoon you can get pregnant. It's very
There's lots to look at though.
there is a lot to look at life. And we love our gym. We love the AM community. We like the girl
Yes.
power. Tell everybody how I harassed you when I first met you.
So I don't talk to people very much at the gym. I come in, I get my workout done, and I leave because I just don't have a lot of time.
Mhm.
And I'm working out, and Pauline's like, "Hey, nice shoes," and I was like, "Oh yeah, thanks." And she's like, "I just ordered some." I'm like, "Cool." So then, like 2 days later, she comes up. She's like, "Hey, friend, look," and she's pointing out her shoes. And then from there on, we've just been friends ever since. Like literally ever since. She got me out of my like dark era, baggy shirt era, and got me to wear colors.
She was a very emo gym worker, and she was so serious. And to me, it looked like she was always angry. Oh, and that's gonna leave you all deaf.
Yeah,
But
I walk around with definitely resting bitch face quite often.
Well, I wanted to ask you some of the questions on my client form as a life coach. You will
Okay.
be my first one, which talks about you actually, what how you describe yourself. If you had to describe yourself, what would it be?
Um, if people really know me, I'm a very loving, caring, do
No, no, no.
anything.
I want to know how you describe yourself. If nobody knows you, what would you say about yourself to someone that you're barely gonna meet that doesn't know you?
Um, like I'm a gym goer, like that, you mean? Like I go to the gym, like things about me, or like things like I mean, I probably wouldn't tell them I'm a loyal person because they haven't really earned that yet.
But for example, if somebody wants to get to know you and you just have to say, well, how am I? How can I say? To me, it would be just loud, obnoxious, smiley, just
Um,
that's my energy, right? That's who I am.
I mean, I'm kind of private in
Right.
some ways. Yeah, I'm private. I keep a lot to myself. Um, but I can't. Yeah, I'm not really loud. I'm not. Yeah, I would just say private, and I will sit back and like watch people and learn them before I like give them any like information. So I guess I don't know, like
So you
private.
are more like an introvert than an extrovert. Would you say that?
I'm the most extroverted introvert ever.
Yeah, which is wild. That's what I'm saying. Now, which brings me to the next question: how will others describe you?
I mean, I've been told I'm loyal. I'm fun. I always have like I'm a good time. I don't know,
Definitely a good time. I think yes, we always have a good time anywhere, gym, anywhere that we hang out.
but I
Definitely
think
the best
loyal
part.
too. Like I think people describe me as loyal. I don't know. Uh, to be honest, and this is going to be blunt. Like I mean, I love my friends, and I hope they all have a great opinion of me. But like, I don't live my life based upon what other people think about me.
Correct. And you shouldn't. That's why the number one question should be the most important. What you think
Yeah,
about yourself and how you
yeah,
describe yourself.
yeah.
And I think that a lot of people don't ever sit down and think about it because they're so worried about what
That's
others see
yeah,
and what others view you as, and they don't know you, which is
yeah.
that part. They don't take the time. I feel like a lot of times, mostly us and our age. Let's be
Mhm.
honest. If you want to say your age, you can. I won't throw it out there. But we are grown women. How hard
Yeah.
is it to make friendships at our age?
It's
It's
very hard.
thank you. It's
It's
so hard.
very hard.
And we've been friendly. It had happened to both of us. We're not gonna throw names out there.
Yeah,
But the amount of times that we keep getting hurt and we go and
yeah,
give ourselves, help these people move, we take care of others. It's like a mother nature thing. I don't even know,
yeah.
but I feel like I always want to be
Mothering. Yeah, for
and
sure.
you
Yeah.
do you do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like I said, I will do so much for other people, but also never ask anybody for help.
We never do. We never do. We don't accept
So,
help. We don't. They have to literally show up to our house and be like, I got you."
I mean, I don't ask for help because I don't want you to have to let me down, and then where's our friendship going to go? Because you've let me down. So I just don't set people up for failure, which is not a great trait, but I'm just saying that's I can acknowledge that. But I mean, I wholeheartedly that's the truth.
I respect that. I respect that. And what do you think you're like that? Are you close to your family? What do you think your
Um,
personality of being so guarded came from?
I mean, I talk to my mom. I don't really talk to my dad at all. I mean, my sister and I will occasionally chat, and my brother and my other sisters, we don't really talk. I think that I'm that way because not even just maybe even family, but like a lot of people have let me down, and just through life, you know? So I just say to myself, like, I don't depend on anybody.
And that comes with just life situations that we've learned. I had to learn back to back with people that we both know that I can't
Yeah,
be that open. And definitely, I think there's an age limit. And I had this conversation with other friends that are age that you need to have certain level of maturity to be
for sure.
around people for sure. And
Well,
we're
yeah.
very
And and some type of morals or just, something. I mean, like, yes, we can all act wild and have fun and like do crazy stuff, but there still is like a moral, and I also think, where we live here, we're both like prior military, family type things. It's really hard to meet good, genuine people and trust people. I just,
Well, I'm very trustworthy, unfortunately. That's
no,
like my
you are.
toxic
No,
trait.
I mean, I wasn't saying you, but, just people in general. Like, you can't just trust everybody.
I know. I'm trying to learn. That is my problem. That will be one of my biggest things. But I don't want to change who I am and how kind I am to others
Oh,
because
and you
people
should
keep letting
not.
me
Yeah.
down. I know, and I don't want to. But then it leads me to hurting other people, and we have this conversation.
Yeah.
You can't really go there for other people. They wouldn't
No.
do it for you. That's the thing.
No, and that's true. But I mean, I just feel like I always used to think I needed like a lot of friends and a big group of friends, and I really don't. I just need a few really good friends, and that's all I need. Like, I don't need. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm going to be mean or like, whatever, have acquaintances, but like,
At the
it's
end
hard
of
to
the
find good
day,
people.
yeah, no, the message here has always been you got yourself.
Yeah.
You got you, so you got to take care of you. And I
Yeah.
think that on this year for both of us, 2024 has definitely brought up a side of us that we did not know we had because
Yeah.
of how rough 2023 was. And like just the end of 2023, I feel like it was chaos. I had
Yeah.
no clue what I was getting myself into. And you were going through a very, very hard situation. If you want to
Yes.
talk about it, we can talk about we were
Yeah.
in Rico, which
Um,
with
yeah.
did
So
you your current job? So tell us.
I mean, we were in Puerto Rico having a great time. I had worked at a job for 7 years. I was an assistant to somebody who fully took advantage of being able to contact me at any time that he wanted, regardless of if I was on vacation or whatnot. And we were only in Puerto Rico from like Thursday to Monday, and I got multiple phone calls while I was there. I got a phone call the day I got home telling me that they moved an appointment up while I was gone and that I needed to complete the paperwork. Now, mind you, I mean, nobody knew what time our flight got in. I also ended up kind of getting like, I guess, food poisoning, you could say. And I still went into work that next day. And my boss was like, "Hey, did you complete all this paperwork?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I was off, like, blah, blah, blah." And so at the end of that day, he pulled me in and told me that he couldn't afford to pay me anymore and that he was letting me go. And, you know, I mean, I was sad about the job, but like the amount of stress that just fell off my shoulders because I was so miserable and I hated the job and there was no like respect. There was no, you know, line. I mean, I remember like being at my kids' sports and stuff before and him calling my kids are like, seriously, like it's, 7 o'clock. Like even my kids were like, so I finished out the month and I mean, like got 2 weeks severance for 7 years, which is wild. I applied for tons of jobs, actually got tons of jobs and applied to where I'm at now. And, I'm using my degree. I'm talking about things that I love. And it's not every day that you work in a job that you love. Like I love my job. I love my coworkers. I love everything about it. So it was a blessing and
In a
I'm
curse.
so glad. Well, it was
The work
stressful.
itself, the job itself was a curse, I think, on your.
Yeah, I was moody, and like, I mean, like you and I didn't really take like a gap in our friendship, but like we were a little bit distant, for a little bit. I think, right? Like, would you agree?
Well, I agree because here's the thing. When you're kind of in such a toxic environment, let's say right now, and this is just an example, my husband doesn't
Yes.
beat me, but if my husband was beating me, and
Yeah.
again, there's some relationships that we have friends that might be getting abused by their
Yeah. Yeah.
and here's the thing, we get wrapped around it. We're not saying give your friends the back or anything.
No. Yeah.
You're not willing to change. Like you at that time, you were trapped on that job. You were trapped
Yeah.
into other toxic relationships and it transpired. And no
Yep.
matter how much advice I will give you, if you don't take it, like people tell me,
Yeah. I mean, and I even came to you afterwards, and I was like, we had the conversation, and I was like, I was just in a really bad place. You know, even though I was done with the job, I still was, dealing with the healing part of all the things that that job had caused for me, you know, like toxic coworkers, a toxic boss, no, like, you know,
No boundaries.
yeah, no boundaries. And like, I mean, while I was relieved that I lost the job, I still had to fix all that toxicity because I didn't realize how bad I was
It
and
was.
miserable and
I saw.
miserable.
I saw it, and
Yeah.
I feel like people have saw me too. And in previous, when I go through dark phases, we all
Yeah.
have them. It would be ridiculous not to think that everybody's life is perfect.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had to do a lot of self healing because I mean, 7 years of buildup was a lot,
I don't know
you
how I've
know?
been in my company for 11 years. I task myself every day, but I mean, I'm not spreading that negativity. I complain about it a lot. You hear it too.
Yeah, no. I mean, I know I was negative and I don't think I was like crazy negative like to my friends. I mean, yes, I was moody, but like I needed to work on some things, you know? So I took a couple months and really worked on myself. I finally am in a job where I'm so happy, which helps so much, you know? And I actually like am appreciated. Like my new boss will like leave cards telling me how, you know, awesome I am and how she loves having me on the team. Like I never got stuff like that, you know? And
Reassurance.
yeah, and so it's just so nice that I get those things, you
It's
know? Like
it's an air, fresh air is what they
yeah.
do. Yeah, you know what? It's sad to say this, but I see it when like friends break up with their toxic boyfriends, and we have
Mhm.
friends that have a bunch of toxic boyfriends. We don't even have to say, or girlfriends that
Yeah.
are insecure. When you get
Yes.
out of that relationship, and I'm sure you experience a lot. We'll get into that of traumatic previous relationships. Your whole life changes, but when you're in it, you don't see it.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
around you sees it, and then you're just in that hole of negativity. And then when you finally get out, and this is for anybody listening that is trapped in a toxic job, me probably, but it's not that bad. But you're spreading that black Ruth, and
Yeah.
everything that comes with it is consuming you, and it's consuming everybody around you. And you're not doing it on purpose. I know you didn't want to be a bitch to none of us. I know
No.
your attitude is not. I've known you because I know you and I've seen the good in you. I
Right.
always see the good in people. But when you're in that hole, and it's so hard, and you don't see the light, and the glow up is real. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, all my friends have came up to me and they're like, "You're so much happier. Like you're just, you know, such a different person." And I'm like, "It's just so crazy that a job can pull you down that much and like affect you that much."
A
Like,
job, a relationship,
yeah.
bad friends can do it too.
Yeah. Yep. It's and like you said, it's crazy until you're out of it and you kind of start like seeing things, you don't even realize that you're really doing it.
Exactly, because you're
So,
just and it becomes for you it was a routine at
yeah.
this point. And you just keep going through the
Sadly.
bullshit, and you don't enjoy yourself because you don't know how to escape. That's why this doing things like this, even though she's on her day off, so thank you so much. I appreciate you for taking
Yeah.
your day
I
off.
loved it. I
I
would
I don't mind working on GS till 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, and
yeah.
I like it. I'm enjoying it. But my regular job 8 hours, I'm like checking my. It's you have to find things. At least this is alleviating the scale for me. I
Yeah, yeah.
Anything else. So
Yep. It's like you're yeah, it helps, you know, like
yeah,
leave the
but
pressure
when
or
you have
whatever.
nothing
Yep.
but bullshit, it shows.
That's my gym time. But you know, I mean,
But
again,
no, let's be proud. How many times have I give you advice? See, Amanda is uh so hard on herself. I'm gonna say
for
it. I'm
sure.
gonna say it to yourself. She is
Yeah.
to her face. I'm that friend that will tell you. I will tell her for the love of God, rest. Take a day off
Yes.
from the gym.
And I have been.
She's like, I'm tired, sleeping. Again, I'm not releasing her age to anybody in this podcast, but you get to the point where your body is needing more than just
Yeah.
go, and you have to change your habits, just like you change jobs.
I mean, I'm working 10-hour days. So yeah, like my body
Yeah.
like needs rest and I mean, yes, I still think about it and I'm like, well, some days I make it to the gym 4 times a week, sometimes five,
But last year, what were we doing, ma'am? We
six
were
days a
going
week,
6 times,
6 days a week.
twice. You were doing doubles.
Yeah.
You were doing
Yep.
doubles. I remember
Yeah.
for abs for the summer, you were doing cardio at
Yep.
the afternoon. You were there in the morning doing 2 hour workouts. You would get
Yep.
there at 4:30. Me too.
Yep. Yep.
And
But now if I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. And
but
that's
it
just,
adds stress. either you like it or
Yeah.
not. It does
Yeah.
add stress. And I know a lot of friends that take a step back. We're not telling you start going to the gym, but I was put on a 4-day split.
Yeah. I mean, I do miss the 6 days. I do, but like it's okay. I mean, but again, I have to be in a great mood and be happy because I'm seeing people all day long. I can't come in and be grumpy and, you know, portray a certain way. I mean,
You can't
I have
fake.
patience, all day. I can't be tired. I can't be grumpy. So I do take the rest. I take the sleep, and that's just as important as anything else. The gym time or the eating, that all plays into a factor of it.
And then the meal prepping.
Yep, I meal prep
I
every Sunday for
was
me
about to
and
say.
my kids. Like my kids, I got to meal prep a couple of dinners. Ty has like a really strict meal prep with his wrestling, so I spend 4 or 5 hours meal prepping our meals every Sunday.
And let me tell you, Amanda's the friend that if me and her always, are you at Sam's? What do you need? Like, I'll bring
Yep,
it for you because we're always like chicken thighs, turkey.
yep,
It's a lifestyle, and it's good to have friends that are understand your lifestyle because
yeah.
we might be super busy. We don't need a friend that you didn't reply to my text, or now you don't even have time to be on social media
I'm like I used to be on my phone all
all
day,
the
and
time.
now I'm lucky if I even get to check it.
I lost you. I can't hear you. I just can't hear you. Oh, there you are.
Right thing.
Oh, okay.
um, but no, I mean, like what were we talking?
That you used to be all day. We were sending each other memes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just don't have time for it. And it's actually
You've
also
already.
reassuring because social media was starting to get like kind of on my nerves a little bit. Like seeing certain things being posted and like
Fake.
it's just like stop. Not memes, but like certain people saying things or doing things and I'm like it's the same stuff all the time.
And well, not only that, and I will admit it, I'm there, but I'm just not posting for this, and I'm so behind in content. It takes time to do all the stuff,
Yeah.
so I'm not scrolling like I used to, or like
Yeah.
sharing this memes. Or sorry if I didn't like your kid's photo on April 30th, and I was like something in
You
Mexico.
are like one of the top people who likes everybody's stuff. So
I do support everyone. So if I see it, I'm gonna like it. I'm
yes.
sorry.
So, I mean, and I'm bad about that. Like even watching people's stories, I'm so bad about like liking stuff, even if I'm like, oh, that's so cute. But I just that's just who I am. I mean, again, and I just don't have time. I'm not on social media at all really anymore. I'll get on like 3 days later and see stuff that someone posts, and I'm like, dang, I was a jerk. I didn't even talk to my friend about that, or like whatever.
Yeah, but
But
I feel like we always have. I mean, you can always text. We understand our
for sure,
business.
no, I know, but like, you know, whatever. But it's been really calming to not have to be on there, to be honest with you. So I never realized how much time I spent on social media.
Until you stop. And not only
Yeah.
that, it's only good for the memes. We talk about this all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as I like creating content and posting stuff, I like the memes.
Yeah. I mean, and even though like text messages, I mean, again, I see patients every like 15 minutes. I don't
You're
have time to
live
text
with someone.
everybody back.
You're
Like,
live with someone.
yeah. So,
I
and
cannot
I'll get people
imagine
texting
you.
me be like, sorry, I bothered you because I didn't reply. And I'm like, I'm working. Like,
I can imagine you being around. Oh, I love the sticker. Let's do a shout out for local Cobra. Yay. Thank you for the stickers. You being around people all day.
I mean, I remember when I first started and like my kids, I would come home and my kids would want to like talk to me. And I'm like, can we talk about this tomorrow? Because while I am teaching people how to eat and I'm giving them meal plans and stuff, people really unload on me, like their husband's deaths or, parents dying or like their husband's cheating. Like the things that people confide in me, I'm like also a therapist. And so can be draining. But a side of me that my friends know really well is that I'm super compassionate. I mean, I've gone through like boxes of Kleenex because people start crying. Being overweight and trying to lose weight is so emotional. And as someone who's been overweight, like I understand it. Like um, I actually hug people, which is also crazy. And
You
yeah,
touching content?
I mean,
I
I cry
changed
with
it.
people. Like, I've had clients come in and like they're talking about how their parents are dying and they're telling me the story and they're not crying and I'm bawling, you know? But it's
GS
it's
turned you into a softie.
I really am, and it's just it's awesome. I am a very passionate person, and I think it's just because like I understand the weight loss part. Now there's going to be other things where I'm not sympathetic with people, but like in this instance I can relate, and so I understand it. Like so I think it's just a difference in what it is to be,
I feel like that's where our experience comes on.
yeah.
And that's what I want to talk about, because the whole reason why I chose the path of life coach is because I've gone through so much shit. And I don't want people to have to go there or go
Yeah.
that low or experience that to realize turn your life around. It's easier to turn in a little, if we can give them an advice, which you have, by already being overweight, it's starting
Yeah.
your fitness journey. Like, I wouldn't want to listen by someone that has never been to the gym, but just has all the book experiences and the degree,
Right.
but
Right.
you
No.
never pick up a dumbbell because you just genetically, physically, they exist.
No. I mean, no. I mean, I think you have to have like life experience to do the things that we do, or, and at least in my line of work, like you have to, like,
To
you
give
can't
an
just,
advice.
yeah, I can't just be like, well, I've been skinny my whole life. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I can't relate. Like,
So
you
what do
know,
you think, Amanda? What do you think that now helping others achieve their fitness goals and their journey, and listening to all of their traumatic experiences? Don't you think you can relate? What is it that you think that made you a traumatic experience, or what is it that you had experienced to be in that position and have be empathetic instead of just be like you're just being lazy?
I mean, so a lot of people don't know that my first child was a full-term stillborn, and that was very traumatic for me.
And explain us, because a lot of people might not know what that is.
So a full-term stillborn is I carried him for 9 months and he died in labor. I had an autopsy done. There's a lot of like little things that, can relate to whatever, what happened with him. But I was in a very abusive, mentally and physically abusive relationship. And then that happened and I was kind of just alone. I was in such a really dark place. Um, there were days where I just didn't want to live.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 20. I had him. He was born the day after my birthday, so I was 26. Um,
Does your birthday bring you memories?
I used to not celebrate it until a couple years ago.
Yeah, turn it into a positive memory. Kid and I
Yeah.
think about that.
Well, I think for a long time I never really dealt with it. I just shut it out. Um, and so I was still in the abusive type relationship, and this is nothing against him. Like I've forgiven him. Like we co-parent because now I have Ty with him as well, and you know as much as I don't wish that on anybody, all those things that have happened to me have made me who I am today. And so, I can't take those things back. Ty saved me because like I just didn't want to live. Also, I would love to have him back, Trey. That's my son's name. But I wouldn't have Ty probably. And I can't picture my life without Ty. Like or Max. Like I love Max too. But like Ty just brought me out of a really dark place.
So
So, and
you
they're
had them
they're
right
all
after?
they're 14 months apart.
Okay.
So I got pregnant like pretty quickly after with him. And obviously his dad and I ended the relationship shortly after that. But when
Thank
you're
God,
in
by the way.
when you're in an abusive relationship and then you have something like that tragic happen, people all the time would be like, just leave, just leave. My self-esteem was so low that there's just I I wasn't there. Like I
That's what I wanted to hear.
yeah.
You're admitting it.
Yeah.
How
Oh,
many people are trapped on toxic relationships
yes.
and don't leave? And we're people from the outside just see it and don't
Yeah.
understand it. But you just said it. It was
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You that was the problem, not him being the, like you said, you didn't
Yeah.
have the balls. You didn't love
No, I
yourself.
didn't. No, for
You
sure.
died.
Like, yeah. I I didn't. I mean, and there was an instance where something had happened once with him and Ty was involved, and that's when I finally left, you know. But it took something like that, which is wild, you know. But and that's where I think a lot of times, like you said, like people think I'm snobby or I'm stuck up or like whatever, but I'm just protecting myself. Like,
Because you've
because,
been hurt.
yeah, well, I mean, I've been hurt, but it's like I will never let myself be that weak again.
So you feel you were definitely belittled. You felt
Oh,
so small.
yes. I was not like, I was nothing. And then you throw in losing a child to that as well.
So he had you wrap around his finger, honey.
Oh, yeah. I
With
mean,
no worth.
you know, I mean, I'm not going to fully get into it, but some of the things that were said were so hurtful, you know, and it's just wild, you know, but like it just pushed me lower and lower and lower, you know, and it was just like, I mean, I would have friends call me and they're like, I'm afraid that the next phone call is going to be that like you're dead, you know, and, you know, they're like, I don't know if I can continue being your friend.
Because
And
you
rightfully
you you
so, like
you
rightfully
allowed it.
so.
No, you allowed it. And we just
Yeah.
talked about it. I just said that. We see friends that are maybe in abusive relationships, and I didn't even know that how deep your abuse was. And then
Oh,
you were that friend. I guess you were actually there. So the friends around you saw it,
yeah.
lived it. I can only imagine the negativity and all that surrounded your
Yeah.
relationship, and then having to see you live it,
Yeah.
and you're not doing anything, you're still there because you can't, because you feel like you're
Yeah.
nothing, you can't, you have
And
no.
I want to strongly stress that I'm not telling this for anybody to like, you know, say
Oh,
anything to
nothing
him or
but
be mean. No, I know that, but I just like in case somebody sees it, like I've forgiven him. You know, we co-parent. Like I don't hate him. I don't feel any type of way about him. But this is just something that I need to speak about because it happened and it is what it is. You know.
it's your life experience.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
Well, I just don't want like I'm not bad mouthing him. I'm not trying to like do anything crazy. I just, you know,
it was you. You just
yeah,
admitted you were the problem. You were
for sure.
so belittled, so not worthy. You did not want to leave. I mean, why
Yeah,
would he? He was just being him. I would never blame anybody else for the decisions that I'm not able to
right.
take for myself.
Yeah. But I think some of those also, I mean, that's a whole nother topic, but like stem from growing up in a large family and maybe not getting the attention that I needed as a child. And this again has nothing to do with my family, but I think I sought attention. And whether it was a physical abusive type of a detention, it was attention.
Could be. I don't understand why. I guess because I saw it growing up, I never understood why my mom stuck around and took
Yeah.
all those beatings. It made no sense to me. But I,
But she
instead
was
of,
so low in her life that she didn't know how to come out of
we
it.
will hide in a closet for days and
Yeah.
never come out just so he wouldn't find her to beat her. Imagine living in a closet just so you don't get beat. I
It's
couldn't even tell a snitch that she was there because if he will find her, that's all the
yeah.
memories you have. My mom hiding in a closet is terrible. But
Yeah.
that's why a man lifting a hand on me, it would
Yeah.
not happen. To me, it was a different effect, right?
Right. Because you saw it happen to your mom. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe, if I had other type of daddy issues, I would like it. Like,
I
or
mean,
allow it.
I mean, I didn't grow up in an abusive home. You know, there was no abuse in my home or anything. So I'm just like I don't know, you
How you
know.
allow it. I don't
Yeah,
understand
I don't
that.
either. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, the me now wouldn't, you know, but the me then I think just was at such a low point in her life that she didn't know how
Okay,
to
let's
come out of it.
dissect that. Why were
Huh.
you so low? Do you think the factors were, maybe were you 100% depending on him?
No, no, I was not. I mean, I had my own job. I had my own, we didn't live together. I just think
Yeah.
that I mean, there's a lot to our relationship that I don't want to like fully get into. Like we dated through high school, you know, like there was
Oh,
a
okay. So
lot,
it's
you know what
not,
I
it was like your sweetheart thing.
Yes, yes. So like it
You
was
know
a lot.
what? You were having kids. You did have ties. So I mean, I'm sure you had two kids with him. So it's
Yeah,
hard to leave it. I think that a lot of these relationships, including my mom, probably five kids.
yeah,
Why would you leave the father of your five
yeah.
kids? You stay. Wild. Like you
And
think,
then, you know, women are so shunned because they have two baby daddies or what, like, you know, all that stuff talked about. And I came from a very, very tiny country town. I mean, like, I couldn't even walk down the street without people knowing who I was or calling my mom and saying they saw me. Like, my town was tiny. you know? So we were always in the spotlight. Everybody always knew everybody's business. And you just, again, to be like, she has two baby daddies, or
Hey,
like,
we're in the spotlight here. I'm sorry,
yeah.
but we are in the spotlight. I
But
got
like it's
I
just
got
like,
the
I
down.
think that's also part of it coming from that small town. But I can't really tell. I don't know if it was like because he was like high school sweetheart, you know, I don't know. Like we both had moved back to our hometown at the same time and started dating again. And I mean, I think little by little, he was toxic, therefore I became toxic. But I think I I should have been strong enough to leave, and I'm not putting that on him. But like I think it was a slow beat down over time to where I just became so belittled.
Well, the longer you stay, that's what I'm saying. My mom,
Yeah, yeah,
5 kids. She definitely
yeah.
stayed till the end, till she
So
died. It's horrible.
But so, I mean, and I don't hate him. Like we co-parent really well. We talk, and but I forgive and forget. You know what I mean? Like,
This
you
is
know.
what I want to know. This is what
Yeah.
I want our listeners that are trapped in a relationship like this currently and are just staying because they're not feel they're worthy, or they do not know their worth, or they're scared to see a future without the father of their kids or without a man. A
But
lot of
here's the
girls.
thing.
What
They're not
advice
gonna
would you
they won't leave until they're ready. It doesn't matter. And that's the honest truth. Until they're ready, they won't leave. Like that's just you have to be ready. And that's nothing that I can say. I might be able to say things that make them think, but until they're ready to leave, they won't leave.
So you had that trigger pulled. You
Oh
pulled the
yeah.
freaking trigger.
Yeah.
And I hope if you're listening, I know you might not be ready, but maybe she inspires you to look for that trigger, look for that
Yeah.
whatever you need, because it's not fair for you and your kids.
Yeah.
This is what we want to know, how you overcame it, and clearly you overcame it, and you have to work on it daily. It still hurts. You lost the
Oh
shit.
yeah. I mean, it even like with my kids and like raising my kids, we have a very open policy at my house. Like if I'm doing something that they don't like, they can respectfully be like, "Hey, you do this." And I've been sat back before and been like, "You're right, I do, and I'm sorry, and I will work on it." Like they're people, they have feelings too. And so like I don't know that my kids have like any effects of anything that happened in my marriages, or well, relationships or marriages. I don't, they don't seem to have a whole lot of trauma with that or anything that I'm aware of. But like we do have a very open door policy. Like we talk about everything. And I love that. I love that they can call me out on stuff respectfully. I you know so I just think that that's also part of my healing and also part of who I am,
And
because
learning and trying to get better for
yeah,
your kids.
I'm never done learning as a parent, never. Like it doesn't ever stop, it doesn't ever go away,
It
so
doesn't, and that brings me to my next question. Any advice for all the single moms out there that may think that they can't do it because they have to be mom and dad? They have to break themselves in 10 pieces. I've seen you done it. One day you're in this game when the kids, what is it? Ty just started something. Is it the season coming? What is it?
his
What's
football
happening?
season's getting ready to start and wrestling's
Imagine
just ended.
it's already again. It feels
Yeah.
like, there's always something going on with your kids.
Yeah.
How do you manage to do it all? Plus your 10-hour jobs. Plus, thank God you put the brakes on your gym because priorities.
Yeah, I
How-
mean, because I have to. Like if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it, and they're my kids and it's my responsibility. Is it draining? Yes. Like, I mean, I go to work on my lunch, I'll go pick one kid up, bring him home, and then, have to ask the other kid if I'm not home to take him back to school for that sport. I try to be at every one of their games. I go from one game to the next, and I've even had to start putting like limits on that. Like, hey, like I love my kids, but they don't have to do a whole lot around the house because they do go to school and they, play sports or whatever. But if
Bible
I'm
study,
doing
Max.
what?
The Bible study for Max.
Yeah, both my kids go to church. One goes on Tuesday, one goes on Wednesday. But if you're not going to be helping me at the house, I probably am not going to make it to every one of your games because someone has to do all the housework. you know and I used to not do that. I would just stretch myself thin, and I've even started doing it with them. I mean, I don't miss every game, but I do miss some games. Sometimes I just need to lay in bed and go to sleep. Like I'm tired. And I used to think that I was a bad mom if I missed everything.
You're
But
not.
no, I'm not. But I also have to think about myself. And if I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not parenting or being a good mom.
That's the number one out of every episode that I try to do. If you don't put yourself first, nothing's gonna
Yeah.
work. I can die here making Derek 5 meals a day if I want to from scratch or catering to him, which I already do. But if I'm not okay, I mean, I haven't cooked for him for the past 3 days. I was just telling that to Allison. I'm sorry. I'm not in the. I'm busy. I'm busy
Yeah.
to start a business. I'm going on my clot. I had to go to cardio. He can go get Wendy's. Yesterday he got Firehouse. Somebody's gonna give because
Yeah.
you go first. And even though you're in their lives are your responsibility,
Yeah.
your life needs to be okay for
For
them.
sure. Yep. 100%. And I've told him, I'm like, it's not fair, so I have to take care of me. And if I don't do that, I can't take care of them.
And
So,
we
but I
learned
mean,
that
I think for being a single mom, I mean, thankfully, while I don't always co-parent 100% amazingly with my ex-husband, we do co-parent for the most part pretty well. I am blessed that like I have a good co-parenting relationship with him, um, for the most part. But we both have just taken on new jobs. It's changed our whole lives. So, he got a job, I got a different job. Um, I mean, unfortunately, though, I love when they say you're divorced and you're not with them anymore. But like, it still feels like I'm married because, like, it's like I have a job too, or X, Y, Z, and it's like it becomes a lot. But I think communication, and sometimes, like I said, I always want to play the superstar and not be like, "Hey, why didn't you do this?" or "Can you help with this?" Instead, I just do it because it just has to get done. So,
it's a lot of advice here. It's like a balance here.
I
But
mean, I've always found a way. There will be times where I'm like, "How am I going to figure this out?" or "How am I going to do it?" I always figure it out. I don't know how. There might be a time where that doesn't happen, but thankfully, I've always been able to figure out anything that I've got myself into or need help with or get out of. So,
right. But I think that the most important part that you said on this is your worth, your health, your
yeah.
rest, to everything else to run smoothly because
Yeah,
we
100%.
are the head of the household. I don't care if I
Yeah,
even have a man here. They can provide even financially, but the wife and the female is always going to run the show.
yeah.
I
Well,
feel
obviously, like when I was married, it was different. Like I didn't have to do every single thing. Well, that's not true. I probably still did,
we did.
but
We always do.
I
Don't
still
lie.
did. But I
You
didn't have to. I didn't have to have a full time job. I didn't have to do all those things, and not complaining because I love working. I don't know how I was a stay at home mom for 7 years, but I
yeah, I still
was.
do the job, everything.
And so like. Uh, but you have to make yourself happy. Even my kids, like being in my new job, even though there are days where I'll come home and like Ty will be like, "Can we talk about?" and he'll see my face and he'll be like, "I'll just talk to you tomorrow," because he knows it's been a long day.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's a good balance, and the kids
I
are
think
realizing that I'm happier and it's just better.
healthier. And
Yeah,
and sometimes extra sleep is good. Don't be hard on yourself. Another thing that we both learned this year, and I'm like you in that we take, I don't want to say it personal, but we take everybody around us at heart. I feel that we're very hard loving, and sometimes other people's stuff affect us as well. And I think we're learning, and I gave you this advice last time we had a conversation, that we're gonna have to sometimes just let it be if it
yep,
doesn't, if it's not on our lane, because no matter what we say and do, you just said it, people might need to pull the trigger on themselves
yep,
to do
yes.
the change,
I,
like,
all we can do is kind of listen, and
and be a
I,
supportive friend.
yep, I have to stop always putting my 2 cents in.
Yes, that's the advice for you of the day, because we like to be involved and we want to help people, but
Yeah.
then they don't want to help themselves. So
Yeah, and
might
then
as
sometimes
well,
it gets us in a position to where it's like,
and it makes you angry, right?
yeah.
It makes
Well,
you
and it
angry.
also can affect the friendship. you
It
know?
does. And I'm telling you, it
And
does
that doesn't
because
mean that we're not saying don't be honest. It's just saying that like certain things you don't have to put your 2 cents on and
no, but
on.
that's why you had to distance yourself because you saw me doing my own thing too. And it was like, well, it's pointless. But imagine if you would have confronted me and I would have been like, you're crazy. I would have just told you. We could have had just a conversation, right? Which
It
we
just
did.
wasn't the time.
It
And
was
I
not because you were not okay. And I was clearly blindfolded too. So it
yeah.
was like, huh, maybe we're not on the same page. And sometimes space is needed.
Yeah. It doesn't
And
mean that we didn't like still say hey or like
no, we
talk to each
loved
other or
each
anything
other.
like that. It was
The
just
love was still there. It's
yeah.
life faces everybody different, and
Yeah.
we need to let everybody learn from their experience. But if you're
Yeah.
their friend, you're gonna be there for them either way. At the end of the day, the real ones always stay.
And that's what I was gonna say. And that's where you know that we have a real friendship because here we still are. You know what I mean? And we can have that like distance, I guess you could call
No,
it.
and
It
good and
wasn't
bad
really the
days. We're all
distance.
busy. I have friends
Yeah,
that I haven't
yeah,
talked to for 3 weeks, and then they reappear, and they're all
yeah,
everybody's busy. But
yeah,
I also learned that if maybe my opinion is not getting appreciated or they
yeah.
don't value my advice, I'm not gonna be mad at them. All I
No.
can do is let them, be there
Yep,
for them, good
yep,
good and bad.
exactly.
That's all we can do. So don't stress about it. I used to, you know how mad I get when Christina doesn't go to the gym. I will let it consume me. I'm saying your name. You'll be here in 2 weeks. I Christina took us to that was last year. Can you believe it's already been a year
I
to the
know,
airport?
I know. When I
We
dropped
ate
you all off at the airport,
the best sweet potato waffles.
oh my gosh, those were so amazing.
They were so good. That
Oh,
was, and then you got to go to the Trader Joe's. I'm jealous.
yes,
I am almost 40 and I've never been inside a Trader Joe's, people, in my life.
you're missing out.
Never been. Never been.
We're gonna have to
Well,
do a Sunday trip one day.
maybe, but I'm not driving. I can't. I'm a
I
passenger
know,
princess. Puerto Rico.
passenger princess.
Passenger princess, and definitely want to travel with us because we're all fun and
Oh
fun.
my gosh. I mean,
We
our Puerto Rico trip was planned like a week before we left, and it
and
was
we
so
had a
much fun.
blast, and we
Yeah.
had an activity. She did not believe that I will survive. Even Christina did it. Imagine if I would have done that.
Oh my gosh, the rainforest thing, that was awesome.
You didn't believe I could survive. Even guys were falling out. It's like, how are
I don't know if
you?
I would consider that a guy.
Be nice. Now we're being mean. We're
His
not
wife was more of
judging.
a man.
We're just honest. This is one thing you hear from Amanda and I. The fucking truth.
Yeah.
Out of everybody in the gym, sugarcoating everything and being I'm like, no, you a bitch. I'm like,
I
no, no,
mean,
no,
and,
no, no. You're
and
a
I'm
whore.
a very
I'm
aggressive
a whore.
talker, but only my friends know that. And if somebody listening and probably heard some of the things I said or how I talk to
Everybody
people,
listens to the shit we say at the gym. They turn
but
off
I'm
the
so
music to
aggressive.
listen to the gym.
Yeah, it is. It is true.
We are very obvious. We talk worse than men, by the way.
Facts.
Like, I don't, we're whores. I'll admit it. I will say it. Whole life, go life for real. I am not ashamed of who I am. I am fully embracing it. Your opinion does not matter. It's my
Nope.
platinum cat. Look, it's her platinum cat. If you don't have it, you can't. It's not our
Also,
fault.
you can get these at Gods of Iron.
Oh yeah, get your platinum cats. It doesn't come with a platinum cat, but it might help you get one. If you're a guy,
If
if
you're a guy, maybe.
you're a guy, you might get to one. If you were born, you either were born with it or not.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my client form here as a lot,
Okay.
which I really like this, and I really like how you basically answer correctly by saying that you do not know or care how others describe you. What is
Yep.
matters is how you feel about yourself and how you describe.
Yeah.
Now, it brings me to now question number 3. Name 3 things that currently today you like most about your life or a situation that you're about to experience.
I mean, obviously my job,
Awesome. Mhm.
um, my kids,
Perfect. One more.
um, and I'm finally taking risk that I haven't done. So
And congratulations, you just achieved a huge milestone on your job too. Don't
yes,
give yourself enough credit for busting your
yeah,
ass.
yep,
Like
definitely.
reaching goals.
Yeah, I'm hitting goals that haven't been hit and just
Yeah, and
doing
I'm
all the
getting trending
things.
to get fired. So we're in the opposite end here. Although today I did get told that I got 100% in April. So oh yeah, I'm safe for now. For now, people. Now, three things that you may want to change.
Um, my body dysmorphia.
That's real. Body dysmorphia is very real.
um, let's see, what else would I want to change?
You just told it to me not long ago. You want to buy a new house. Say
Well,
it.
I want to be, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, why
I want
not?
to
It's
buy another
great.
house.
That's a change. Me too.
Yeah, it's a
Put that on
change.
mine.
I want to buy another house, and I want to make this a rental, which is what I told myself when I bought this house.
You'll do it. Just so
Um,
that's
I
change.
will do it. What else do I want to change? I mean, stop, stop, stop giving so much to the people who don't deserve it.
That's good change. That's good change. You need to put boundaries to yourself.
Yes.
I don't, and I'm stupid. Unfortunately, I should put that.
Well, you're not stupid. You're just a caring person, and you think that everybody's like you.
I know. I know.
So I need to set better boundaries, and I've been working on that one. So I guess maybe I've already kind of started that, but yes, better boundaries.
Well, yeah, that will fall into your short term goals.
Yeah,
That's good. And
yeah.
and clearly, I don't even think you need to answer this one because I think that the most important thing in your life is what?
For my kids and my
Yes,
job.
your kids. That's what I was gonna say. And that's an obvious because that's what keeps you going
Yeah. No, it is. I
every
mean,
day.
everything I do is for them. So
And when you were going through those dark situations, and it's easy to get lost on the moment of
mhm.
you got fired, you maybe were going through a horrible breakup, you were with with somebody that wasn't for you, and it was just
Yeah,
bringing all the negativity, and you lose focus. Not that you never lost focus on your kids, but when I told you, I'm gonna just take a deep breath and think, wow,
yeah,
just you and the kids, nothing
yeah.
else, nothing around it.
And it's true. You were right. Like, I mean, and I got to do so in that time where I didn't really work. I got to put so much energy into them, and just focus on them. So
Yeah, and you discover things that maybe were right there in front of you and you never knew they were there because you were
yeah.
so busy entertaining everybody else.
I mean, if you would have asked me when all that went down, if I'd be working in my degree field, I still would think I'd probably still be working in the field that I was in prior, because that's all I kept applying for.
You did. You were trying to
Yeah.
go for another financial job. I would never do again what I did, and I'm
Oh
done with corporate. They don't care about you,
no,
unfortunately. And they're following me on Instagram, a manager. She listens to this, she knows. She knows.
it's the same for her as well.
It is. She's in the chopping block too. We all
It's
are.
up the food chain,
It's
But
all numbers, and AI is going to take over eventually. So we have to do what our calling is.
yeah, I mean, no, and I mean, like, I always put the job first, and my worth ethic is very strong, but I'm trying not to do that. I mean, like today, my boss had asked me if I wanted to come in to meet with a new client, and I was like, no. I was like, if they want to come in like Saturday or whatever, and she's like, well, I don't want you to get burnt out, you know. So there's that.
Oh, wow.
My old boss would be like, just do it,
Well,
you
how
know.
about me working on Easter? Because I always say yes and yes and yes. So I'm putting
Yes.
boundaries. They wanted me to work Cinco de Mayo. First of all, how racist. I am Mexican. We don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but they did suggested that I had a case due. I said, I'll
On
finish
Sunday?
it today. Yeah, I worked Easter.
That
That's
is
how
wild.
stressful it was. But I did that to myself for accepting things that I shouldn't, and now I'm getting
Yeah.
back to do and just be at peace. Because
Yep.
at the end of the day, like what happened to you, you gave it your all,
Yeah.
and then they
And
fire
it was
you.
that easy. It was just like,
I know it's gonna happen in a blink of an eye if necessary, but hopefully it's for other bigger things to take off, like
exactly.
GS for life, the Good Energy Squad.
Yes.
We did create a squad. I'm very proud of us. I'm very proud of. I still have flashbacks of that day. And I know she's listening. Denise, we love you. You're here. I'm calling you by name. She's a little behind on the podcast. But I think that the fact that we showed up on that run and froze our asses just to see
Yeah.
on that marathon,
But
the
that's what it's about.
the love and support of the girl squad. I don't think we will allow any mean girls in the gym, so don't show
Mm-mm.
up because we will beat your ass. And I can't speak for the afternoon. I don't have any power in the PMs, but we will find you in the AM when she's there. If not, I guess it's gonna be all on me. I'll throw Camille if she's there and
Yeah,
coach.
yeah, just throw
Let's,
Camille on them.
let's
They'll never come back.
let's all fight. Yeah, because I can't count on Manny to throw punches, but still. Well, now
No, I
Mandy's
mean, I
there.
don't really think that there's any of that like at the
Now
gym. I
Mandy's
haven't
there,
like
and Arabella Baracelli, like, and she's the
yeah.
boxer. Like, she can actually knock a bitch out. So
Yeah, I mean, I
stay
don't
at
think
your
we've ever
gym.
ran into any like mean people at the gym per se. Like I think everybody that we are around is like such a good group. I think everybody, especially at our gym, is there to work out. Like that is like the number one thing. I mean, obviously if we make friends along the way, that's great too. But I will say that's the thing I love most about our gym is it's like people come in there to work out, not to like
I know, be catty or judgy, and
yeah. I mean,
the
and I when
females
I
just
tell
love
people where
it.
I go to the gym, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you go there." And I was like, guys don't hit on me. Like, like people come in there to work out. If I want to have a conversation with them, we will. Or, like I've helped people with like things that I saw that they're doing wrong and they could be like a big buff guy and they're still going to take like my advice. They may not listen, but that's the one thing I love about Gods of Iron. It's not like your typical gym.
Right, I've grown so much from it too, and again, the females just help each other.
Yeah.
We meal prep, and we just keep each other accountable. We're always calling it
Yeah.
out. Oh, you check your sodium, or no, I tell you that was leave that
Yeah.
is, you're not sleeping or not resting well. We
Yeah.
just very honest and not be superficial, which is what you want around
Stop bringing
anyway.
your tripod so you can actually work out.
No, I'm gonna still do that. That is not gonna change. Now we
Yeah,
have
but no,
another
you don't
purpose.
do it like you do used to, like every
Oh
day.
no, it's just
Yeah.
one good click. And I don't care if you walk in front. I'm not the one with the cameras and you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. All I can say that all of the pus has left the gym.
Oh,
I did not, what do they say? Ran people off the gym. They leave on their own. People keep saying that. And I'm like, I swear, I just did my eyes. You've seen that.
it was like the killing you with your eyes look.
I could turn very bad energy squad. You don't want to see me. That's why
But
we
we're
gotta
not.
keep it
We're
real.
not going to do that because we're
We're
good.
not. We're good energy, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm very
Thank you.
thankful that you came here today. And
Yes, thank you for having me.
then rest, watch a movie, eat. I got. Nobody needs to know this, but now you will. I got my period today, so I'm like, I just need a little snackety snack. Maybe don't tell. Hey, don't tell my coach.
Sorry, Jordan.
She's solid listening. I had to have it. And at the end of the day, she knows my six pack that I want in my head does not match my action. I am taking
No, but you
accountability.
look really good. I can tell in your cut.
I hope so. I just need to really. Here's my little yogurt. But I do want maybe some sushi. I don't know. We'll see. I had to do what's good for my mental health.
I'm
Because
having salmon.
stress and hormones. You are a coach, you are a trainer. What quick before we end this episode, what advice do you give for people that are starting their fitness journey? What are the things they need to start doing just to stay consistent?
I mean, don't give up. Don't feel intimidated at your gym. And if you do, that's not the right gym.
Right.
Um, Meal prep is key. You have to eat right. You have to eat right to fuel your body. I mean,
Yes.
I just eat food to fuel my body. I don't eat it for pleasure.
Okay.
I mean, there are times sometimes, but like for the most part, like I eat and diet is 100% everything. It's going to make your workouts better. It's going to make you look better. It's going to make you feel better. I mean, I can tell when I'm not eating right, and get a routine, get some good friends at the gym.
That's what you need. You need to surround yourself with people that are you're inspired by them, not the person that is doing the worst. And
Yeah.
then if you're trying to elevate, some people are gonna have to, maybe they don't fit in on your lifestyle anymore. It's
Yep.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
And you can
Or
still be their
you can
friend.
have separate lifestyles too. You don't
And
have to
that's what I'm
have
saying. You
like
can still exactly. You can still be their friends. You're just gonna be prioritizing what's best for you to take
right,
you where you want to be.
right, exactly.
Then I
So
already said don't worry, when I get the GS private jet, you know where we're going. We're going to the beach. So I gotta take
yes,
all my
ma'am.
little tiny bikinis because we look good on a bikini.
We're
I
all
do.
gonna be big boss ladies.
Yes, we are. We have to, and we're gonna get there. It's on our vision.
Yeah.
Just imagine it. And I want the photos of you overweight. I
Yeah, I'll
want
send
the
them all to you.
photos of you if you have any pregnant with your
Oh
children.
God.
And find them and how you grew that booty because that's what everybody girls wants.
I mean, I have to give Coach credit too because he helped me with all of my stuff. Like he taught me the gym. I didn't know enough about the gym. He taught me.
No, you all
I
teaching
was
all this.
I was definitely a quarter squatter when I met him.
I'm not doing her squats. They're ass to grass, and I
They
tried
are.
it. You see me, but I
I
have
think you
them
have a
better.
video of you laying underneath of me when I was doing it at one point
And we
somewhere.
need to find those, and we need to find a little matching Christmas with their
Yes,
orgasm.
I have them. I
Too.
just saw them the
Okay.
other day actually.
Yeah, I love
So,
those. We'll post them, and of course, tag our gym. Go if
yes,
you want to work with the Good Energy Squad. We work out at Gods of Iron. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. And remember, nobody believes in you. You got to believe in yourself.
100%. Thank you. Bye.
Adios.